ChatGPT-5 has come out, and let's actually test how good it is at front-end coding. So, let's have a comparison between Claude Code and ChatGPT-5, which can create the most aesthetic website. So, first, let's get straight into it and go into Cursor. Let's build everything out in Cursor, and I know there's a free trial for this, so if you've never coded before and you don't know how to build websites out, build out softwares using code, leveraging these AI tools, head on over to cursor.com and go over to their dashboard. So as you can see, it's got a free trial and then it's got £20 per month. But what I'll actually recommend, you can stick to the free trial and get Claude Code. But if GPT-5 is better, then I would recommend that. So let's see. Once you install it, you get to a window like this, and then you press open project. And let's create a brand new project. Okay, and in the meantime, if you have never set up Cursor before, what I would recommend is heading over to this site here, Git. You need to download Git first of all. You need to have an account with GitHub, and you need to have downloaded Node.js. That's all you need to download. So download it for your relevant system. Press download, follow all the instructions. It should be relatively simple. But let's get straight into building out this website. But here we're going to actually just start straight in Cursor. See how powerful GPT-5 is, see how powerful Claude Code is. So if you've never heard of Claude Code before, one more thing before we start is head over to this site here. And if you haven't installed Claude Code, this is the other powerful coding agent, which let's see which one's better in this video. So depending on what system you're on, Windows or Mac, follow these instructions. If you're on Windows, you just have to right click on your little Windows icon down here, go to Terminal, yes, and insert these prompts. So follow the native instructions, so copy and paste this. I've done another video on this. I'll link it in the description. And then copy the Windows PowerShell one. Everything should be installed. Then you type Claude, then it should be working. Then over here in Cursor, all you need to do is install the Claude Code chat extension, and then you can basically get to here and you can access Claude Code for really, really simple. You just type into here exactly what you want. And then if you want to use Cursor, you would use this. And already we've got the GPT-5 set, GPT-5 fast, GPT-5 max. So let's see which one's better. So actually, before we create the website, what I always recommend is brainstorming first with AI, the layout of the kind of website. So if you don't exactly have a vision, brainstorm with GPT-5 what kind of website you would like. So just start speaking into it. GPT-5, let's see how creative it gets. I would like to create a website, just a landing page website for an agency concept. So this is called the AI service agency model. And I want this website to be explaining what it is, how to get into it, how to learn it, different tools. It should sort of just be like a information page website, providing as much value as possible. So I've attached a document, what this agency model is and why I believe it will take over all agencies, because every agency will become in turn an AI native SaaS company. And this document outlines everything around it. So I'd like you to plan out how a website should be laid out to make it as easy to understand, as visually aesthetic. But also I've attached another image of a Pinterest site, which I really like. And I'd like you to replicate that aesthetic into this website. So brainstorm exactly the structure of the website. I want it just to be a one-page, which you can just scroll down different sections. I want it to be aesthetic. I want it to be animated, so it's got nice professional animations. And I want it to be really easy to understand and very valuable. So what I was talking about there was I want to create a website explaining the AI service model. So I've got a document just outlining everything. So let me download that. And let me head over to Pinterest. That's quite nice. I like this a lot. Okay, let's see if we can create a website like this. And actually that will be a really interesting test, because apparently GPT-5 is really good at front-end graphics. And I can imagine when you scroll down, it's got some pop-ups, etc. So let's paste all of this over into GPT-5. Let's go to Whisperflow. So I'm using Whisperflow just to transcribe my voice. It's got a 2-week free trial, so definitely would recommend. Down. Okay, and let's see how creative and what the concepts are. So we still haven't created the website. I just want to brainstorm it first before we actually feed it into the AI models which create these websites. This is just a good general practice, so then you can understand what parts you want to tweak. Great. So I like that green, white, black aesthetic. That also matches my website, so that's perfect. So what I would like you to do is create a website, exactly what you managed to describe here, and create a master prompt for an AI website generator to replicate the site and put all the bullet points you mentioned. I'd like you to be extremely descriptive, extremely detailed in your prompts, because the more detail you include, the better the website will come out. So be extremely detailed, but also be quite concise because there's a limited context window, but still keeping all of this detail, and create a master prompt so that the AI website builder will build this website to the very best of its abilities. Okay, so I'm just saying it's an AI website builder. It's actually just Cursor. We're using Cursor, and then we're using Claude Code to test it out. Okay, so we're opening this one as well. And I'm not going to touch anything. I'm not going to download any dependencies. I'm not going to set up any file structures. I'm going to let AI do all of this within Cursor. So let's see if it can actually do this, how good it is. Also, one thing actually I would recommend is explaining the frameworks. Let's copy this full thing. Okay, and we'll paste it into both. So this is GPT-5, so we're not in the Claude Code window. We're just going to paste it into here. Make sure we're on the agent model, GPT-5 Max. And if you can't see that, then head over to here, models, and click GPT-5. Now let's let it do its magic. Now we head over to Claude Code. Let's open up the Claude Code window here. We can close the cursor one and paste this exact thing in. Okay, I'll come back in a few minutes once everything is done, and we'll see the opening framework, if it worked, if it installed anything, and if I need to do anything, I'll let you know. Okay, so it's been about a few minutes since then, and what's happened is we've run into Claude Code where you have to accept permissions. So press allow node. Actually, I made a mistake in the beginning. You should go to the settings here and then press enable YOLO mode. That just allows it to auto approve everything, so you don't have to look at it until it's done. Okay, we're back maybe like half an hour later. So let's hop on over to what ChatGPT has created. So it looks like it's generated 37 files, which is great. We can see them down here. And it looks like we just need to do npm install, npm run dev to launch. So let's see. npm install. So we've run into this issue. So just copy and paste it back into the terminal. Now let's do npm run dev. Don't know how this will turn out. Okay, so you've got a link, press control, press that link. Is that it? That's it. All right. That doesn't look too good. Inspect. Console. Okay, we've got a lot of errors. So it looks like a lot of stuff wasn't loading in. So I'll give it the benefit of the doubt and paste it back into here. Let's wait a bit and see what happens. First shot, it didn't manage to create the website in Cursor. Maybe it would be able to create the website first shot in Lovable. I assume it would be able to do the same in Bolt, etc. But no win for Cursor. But that's not really the use case. You wouldn't use Cursor to go straight from zero. You'd start from a base, and then you'd exponentially go out from Cursor. That's where Cursor excels in. While that's waiting, let's see what's happened with Claude Code. Let's go here. Okay, looks like it's generated some stuff. Now let's do the terminal. So control apostrophe npm, and then we do npm install, npm run dev. Okay, we've got a link. Open that link up. So I guess that's not how you create websites with Claude Code. It looks like the ChatGPT one is done. Whoa. That is really good. Really minimalistic, simple, big picture. It's got typography. Now, no other AI model before this could do typography. So that's very promising. Love it here. It's got the correct stats. Now we just need to add images. Actually, to confirm this, if it's a win, let's head on over to Lovable. I've already signed in. Let's copy this exact prompt, press GPT-5, paste that in, enter. Okay, while that's running, to be honest, I can't even be bothered to fix what Claude Code has done, as you can see from this. So let's just call Claude Code a complete fail. Maybe that's not the best approach to use it. Claude Code, where it works, is where you have already a repository, or you have a code base, and then you start tweaking it from there. It's not good at creating it from zero. That's what I found out today. Okay, so we're now in Lovable. The opening hero screen looks beautiful. It looks like it was an AI generated image, so it looks like it's actually used GPT image or one of the image generation models to create this, which is beautiful. We scroll down, the background's alright. It doesn't look that good. Yeah, it's a little bit hard to read here. It doesn't have custom text like the cursor one. But what's pretty outstanding is it's got a video playing. I've never seen that before. Even though it's a completely incorrect video, but it's got a video playing, which is a very nice touch. Okay, so I'd give that probably a 6 out of 10. Nothing too impressive. Let's go back to here. This looks so much nicer. Look at the patterns, look at the effects. So that shows GPT-5 is very good, way ahead of everything else. I'd say Cursor is probably the best environment to build it in, better than Lovable anywhere else. It requires a little bit of a learning curve, a little bit more challenging interface, but 100% head and heels over everything else currently. Claude Code didn't work. I will publish this site once it's done, and it's super simple. I'll purchase a domain with GoDaddy. I'll deploy this to GitHub, and I'll show you exactly how to do that actually. Let's do that as quick as possible. So we go to GitHub. After you've signed in, press New Repository. In the terminal, let's open a new one by pressing this button, pasting this in. While that's happening, we head on over to GoDaddy. We go to search domains. Let's go with aiserviceagency.com. So after this video, you can see this link. Okay, so I go to this screen. However, you shouldn't. You should basically go to the GoDaddy main page, press sign in. You go to My Products. Simple. Then you go to the new domain you just bought, so you'd scroll down to the very bottom, DNS. Now we have to go back to Cursor. Okay, so I just ran git push u origin main, and it looks like it's pushing everything. So now let's go back to here, refresh it. Here we go. So all the commands I needed to run were this, git add. I'd already done this one before, so that's why it wasn't working. Git branch, then git uposh origin main. So those are all the ones you need to do. Before this, write git init, git space init, and then run these ones. If you've got any errors, chat with the terminal. Now, since we've just pushed it to GitHub, you can see all the files here. Now let's sign into something called Vercel. Create an account. It's completely free. This is where you can actually deploy your websites. So go to add new project, AI service, import this one. Let's just keep everything how it is and deploy. Now, if we go into any errors here, we have to go back into GitHub and fix it. And if you get anything, just copy and paste the error. However, it looks like successful. So let's continue to the dashboard. And now this site at this URL link is fully deployed. That's perfect. So if you want to go check it out, but now what you can do to actually configure the domain you just purchased. So go over to Vercel, go over to settings, domains, add domain, paste in the domain you just bought. So that is this one here. Press save. And then you press here, you press A at and copy this number. So go new record, option A at, paste the number in there, save, back to Vercel, you go here, cname www, copy this. So then go wherever it says www, edit that, paste that in, press save. And then we go into Vercel again. We might need to wait a little bit. This one's worked. Now we just need to wait for this one. I guess it'll just take some time. But if you wanted to visit the website, so hopefully that was useful. If you want me to do an in-depth, more detailed version of this, then please let me know in the comments section and sign up to the newsletter to see all the latest and greatest. So thank you so much.